And the way money is created 71 and today is first you have the U.S. Treasury, okay? And then you have the Fed, the central banks, Bank of Japan, Bank of Tokyo, and then you have the big banks, Wall Street banks. So this would be Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, and all this. So the way money is created is the U.S. Treasury creates a bond. Okay, it's an IOU from guess who? The taxpayers. That's why they screw the working class. So this bond goes to the Fed or the European Central Bank or the Bank of Japan. This is fake money today. And then this guy send money to the big banks. This is called quantitative easing. It's also called printing money. Okay, they call it quantitative easing. And this money then goes to the rich. God bless America. I just love this system, you know. The only way this money comes out
through debt.
Is debt. So I go in, so when the markets crashed in 2008, the world economy almost came down, Kim and I borrowed $300 million. The average guy can't borrow $1 million. But if you have the right financial education, which is what the cash flow game is about, then I can borrow as much money as I like. So today, Kim and I are about $600 million in debt. The average guy goes, that's terrible. But as you know from Rich Dad, Poor Dad, there's good debt and
bad debt.
Bad debt.
Yeah.
Well, this is good debt. I have $10,000. I have $100,000. I have $1 million. What should I do with my money? And the reason it's not only stupid, but more dangerous, especially in today's world where people are so desperate for money, that you announce to the world, hi, I'm an idiot. I have $100,000. I don't know what to do with it. Let me tell you something. A lot of people that will tell you what to do with it is give it to them. So that's why it's a stupid FAQ, but it's a more dangerous FAQ. So that's why I came up with this. And John is here because he and I have been friends for years. We're neighbors growing up, not growing up in Hawaii, but neighbors in Hawaii on Diamond Head. And we both play for the Hawaii Harlequins Rugby Football Club and been friends for years. And John is a certified financial planner. And you hear the same stupid FAQ, right?
All the time. And like you said, I think you nailed it when you said it is a dumb question, but it's also a dangerous question.
Yeah.
And by the way, if an advisor, a financial advisor, immediately tells you what to do with that $10,000, run.
So let me show you what's happening in the world economy today. You don't have to go to Harvard. You don't have to go to Oxford. This is called economics. It's called bubble economics. So what's happening in the world today, and this goes all over the world, Every country is doing this right now. Rather than paying their bills, they print money. And the economy stays safe for a while, but then it goes down. Then so in 2000, it crashed. But did they fix the problem? No. In 2008, it crashed again. Did they fix the problem? No. Now, you have to go to Harvard or Yale or Oxford or Princeton to know what's going to happen next. What it does, it makes the real estate market hot, makes real estate hot, it makes the bond market hot, but it's based on bubblenomics. You don't have to go to college to know this. So today, the United States has Social Security is going bust, teachers' pensions are going bust, state pensions are going bust, Social Security is bust, Medicare is going bust, and what's the United States doing? So, let me ask this question. What's going to happen if we keep going You know, they just cut the interest rates again a few days ago. So what's going to happen? That's what's going to happen. So the reason we're going to bring up my teachers, okay, it's fake money, fake teachers, fake assets. I have advisors. An advisor is different than an expert. A financial planner is so-called expert. An advisor is a teacher. So some of the advisors you'll meet, my real teachers are Ken McElroy, who's my advisor on debt. You know I'm in debt, right?
Yeah, tons of it.
Yeah, I'm proud of it.
More than
too.
people can imagine.
Yeah. And then Tom Wheelwright will say, I don't pay taxes.
Yeah.
So what, instead of telling them to go to school, get a job, work hard, save money, the things that your generation needs to understand is what I understand, my rich dad taught me, is how debt and taxes make people like me richer. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, and that's actually a topic that I think many millennials and other generations are afraid of.
Correct.
Because they're both scary. I mean, taxes for people with an average life hurt them because it takes away their money.
Right.
And then people are scared of debt because they're in bad debt. And so I think these advisors are superstars. I mean, the whole team is, because you credit a lot of your success to them.
Right.
And
They're my teachers. My advisors are my teachers.
Yeah, and Tom always says, I mean, it's, yes, you have a higher income, so you'll get, you'll
More
be
taxed.
more taxed more. But you can find a way, if you do what the government wants you to do, you can find a way to have incentives and provide housing and create jobs to have these tax benefits.
This is what makes the rich rich. And debt is tax-free. So if you worked for $300 million, you'd pay $150 million in taxes. Okay. If I borrow $300 million, I pay nothing in tax. And the reason debt is not tax is because this is how money is created. If I don't borrow the money, there's no money created. So then this flows into the economy. And this is real economics. They don't teach you this in school.
Yeah, no way.
Okay. And the only way and so when it flows into the economy, the way that bond gets paid for is via taxes. So this is the poor and middle class. They pay the taxes, and that pays for this here. Ta-da! Yes, you have been screwed.
Hey, son, people want your money. They're going to want it. Your employer wants to give you less of it. That's why they do a 401k instead of a pension. They want to give you less money. They want to keep most of it. The government wants your money through taxes, right? And the guys who want your money more than anyone else is Wall Street. So what I would say is just look at both sides. You know, if Robert and I were going to do a business deal together, we'd say, okay, this is what we're going to put in, and this is what we hope to get out, and this is how it's, you know, it may or may not work like that, but you need to know what Wall Street is going to do with that money and how much Wall Street's going to make. When you look at an average person, they're people,
average.
They'll say, where's their money at? It's in their house, and people think their house is an asset, and it's in their
Yeah, after 2008, it was a sub-asset,
Yeah.
and a subprime.
and then you have your retirement. So Wall Street looks at this, and the bankers look at this. The bankers want your mortgage because they're going to charge you interest there, but Wall Street wants your 401k because they're going to take your fees. You know, you'll find that your mortgage is your liability, but it's the bank's asset. Your house payment is your expense, but it's the bank's income. Well, your 401k is the Wall Street's asset because the fees you pay is their income.
The thing I want to say, this board game here, cash flow, you can play it 1,000 times. If you play it 1,000 times, it's a different game each time you play it. You play it with friends, you'll get smarter and smarter. But out of 100 people, only 2 will do it. And that's what happened to my classmates. You know, there are great pilots for United Airlines. They're broke. They're broke. They went to college, have college degrees. They have no pension because they drank the Kool-Aid of go to school, get a job, and get a pension. And this crash here may be the end of the earth. And what's probably going to happen is called MMT. MMT is modern monetary theory. I call it Marxist monetary theory. And that's why Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, they said, let's attack the rich. Let's attack the rich. And they hate Trump. And people are blaming Trump now for this crash. And I said, it was already in the cards. 2016, it was going to go down anyway. It's just that Trump got elected.
Whatever goes up has to come down.
And it's coming down the biggest ever. The board is bright red. So the biggest thing here is that what I say to young people is invest in this here. Because that's all I did. So, ladies and gentlemen, Rich Dad was founded back in 1997, which is, I don't know how many years, 22 years now. But the reason is we believe in teaching people to fish. Our school system teaches you to give people fish. And there's 20% of the population, it's the 80-20 rule, it's called Pareto's Law. 80% versus 20%. So 80% of the people need to learn how to fish. 20% need to be given fish. The problem is what Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren and all these socialists and communists are saying, they're good people. I agree with them. But the number of people who need to be given fish only increases.
Yeah.
So you can listen to the school teachers who say that we should take care of the poor, and we should, but not by giving them money.
We'll never learn that way. And the problem will just keep growing and growing.
Yeah.